Well, hi everyone. I'm Joe Redland, back with another countdown. The companion piece to my 10 best heel wrestlers. This is my 10 best face wrestlers list. And I want to shout out Valena on Twitter. I'm Valena on Twitter, that is, for suggesting this to me. Thank you very much for that. And thank you guys very much for watching the heels list. If you didn't, check it out up here. Future me will remember to put that up. Otherwise, please just check out the countdowns playlist that I have up on the channel. But yeah, I'm going to include some honorable mentions on this one. Why is that? Well, trying to, narrow it down to my 10 best face wrestlers or favorite face wrestlers would be absolutely impossible. And also, like the heels list, WWE, AEW, New Japan, and NWA are what I'm going to be focusing on. And that's mainly down to the fact that those are the promotions I watch. Now, yeah, if I wanted to include everybody, we would be here all goddamn day. But let's just do the honorable mentions right here. Nick Wayne and Jaden. They are a team called Young Muscle. Nick Wayne related to Buddy Wayne. Jaden, who is a fantastic wrestler as well. Both are great high flyers, and you have the pedigree with Nick Wayne being related to Buddy Wayne. Also Jaden, who's just really, really good. They're a great team. Met both of them. They're really, really good guys, and they're going to go far. They're super young, but super talented. They get it, and they're going to be a great team, and they're also going to be great individuals. But I have to shout them right here because I've seen them on a lot of Without a Cause shows. And hi, Max, if you happen to be watching this, he's a promoter of Without a Cause, local promotion in Everett, Washington, just a city south from me. Support your local indies during this time, and also make sure to, check out the shows once indie wrestling comes back. Boy, those first shows when they come back are going to be absolutely insane. They're going to have to, put noise protection on the walls. But anyway, so yes, shout out to Nick Wayne and Jaden. And in 4 Minutes of Heat, Eddie Pearl and rock god Riki Gibson. I absolutely love these guys. Met both of them at Without a Cause shows as well, and also at Defy Northwest wrestling shows. And they're great guys, great team. They're a mix of the Fantastics and the Rock and Roll Express, and they can either play the face or the heel role, and they're great. They're great, and they have great mullets. I mean, what else could you ask for in a team? But honestly, they are great. They're a great team, and they really, really are fantastic to watch. And are the current Defy Northwest Tag Team Champions, and Tag Team Champions all over, I imagine. But they're great guys as well. So now we get to Juice Robinson. Yes, New Japan's Juice Robinson. I know that he's not everybody's cup of tea, but he is really, really good and has really reinvented himself in New Japan. Rhea Ripley. Let's be honest. I would, and you would too, and Rhea could just throw me around the goddamn ring because she is that strong. She could throw 3 of me around the ring. She really is fucking strong and fucking amazing and so young. She is going to go far. She's had a great transformation from the first Mae Young Classic to the second Mae Young Classic. She's been great, and the sky's really the limit for her. And then we have Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan I almost didn't put on here because it goes without saying that he is a good face or heel. I mean, had I done this in 2018 or just even in early 2019, he would have been on the heel list. But yes, Daniel Bryan is just naturally likable. He really is. And Okada. Okada just misses out because number 10 is Kota Ibushi. Now, Kota Ibushi can be vicious, and he can even have a bit of a heel face and everything. It's also impossible to not like Kota Ibushi. It's also impossible to not cringe every time Kota Ibushi lands on his neck, which is every match. Why does Kota hate his neck so much? But Kota Ibushi, one of the eternal babyfaces, and he just really is that goddamn good. He's currently teaming with Hiroshi Tanahashi, who might appear on this list a little bit later. Maybe. I don't know. Might have spoiled it. Maybe I didn't. You gotta watch, find out. But Kota is great when he lost in the G1 Climax Finals to Tanahashi in 2018, and then won it the year later, beating Jay White. Yes, it's still up in the air when New Japan's going to run shows again. I think there's no doubt Kota is going to be the IWGP Heavyweight Champion at some point. At least I hope he is. But if he maybe stops laying on his neck so much, it's so hard to not like the guy because he is so goddamn good and he is so goddamn, great in the ring. And he's scary when he gets that face, when he just looks like he goes into a goddamn zone and just absolutely snaps. But he is a natural and he is likable. He is insane, but he's so likable. Number 9, another indie wrestler, Ravenous Randy Myers. If you've seen the Natalia photo shoot episode and she talks about putting somebody in the sharpshooter during her training days and says that's Ravenous Randy Myers, he works in independent promotions around here, and I'm sure he's worked on some bigger promotions. I'm not as familiar with his entire body of work, but I'm going on what I've seen at Defy Northwest. From the first indie show I went to the last indie show that I went to, I haven't been able to be to everyone that he's been part of. and even the Defy shows. The guy's great. Met him. Fantastic guy. Committed to the gimmick. He's a great wrestler, and he's a mix of like he's basically a mix of exotic Adrian Street and just like these characters that can just scare you. But that would be I'd say scare you in the sense like you don't know what he's going to do next, but also interest you with the fact he's so committed to it. And he's a really really nice guy and very very spoken, well spoken, but also speaks out about stuff he believes in on social media. And he's great, and he's an oddball, but a good kind of oddball. And I met him a couple times. Really, really good stuff. But he is somebody the crowd absolutely loves. Now, sure, there's maybe 500 people cheering him on, but guess what? Or at the shows I've been to, at least, that 500 people makes a noise of about 3,000. And he is the weirdo hero. He is exactly what he says he is. He's great. He does a lot of antics, but he is really good in the ring, and he's the current Defy heavyweight champion. I mean, come on. He definitely earned that. He absolutely earned that. Ravenous Randy Myers is fan-fucking-tastic and a great guy. So, number 8, Tetsuya Naito. Why is Naito not higher? Because I feel Naito's star has faded just a little bit. Now, the crowd went absolutely insane when he won at the Tokyo Dome, myself included. Boy, that was a fun night after Jushin Thunder Liger had his retirement match, and then the entire feed broke because Liger's retirement literally stopped wrestling right there. But in all seriousness, it was great to see Naito get the victory and hold off the IWGP Intercontinental and Heavyweight Championships. And he's going to go down as one of the better champions they've had, especially once they start resuming shows. He's been one of the best baby faces. They finally righted the wrong of Wrestle Kingdom 12 by having him beat Okada. And it's impossible not to cheer for him, even if he is a step slower, because he, like Kota, likes to land on his neck, and also he's beat his body to shit. He has put up with a lot of, suspect booking, that whole feud with Chris Jericho. It's impossible not to cheer for Naito, even though he does the tranquilo thing. He tries to, he tries to be a member, he tries to be the ultimate heel of LIJ, but guess what? It just doesn't work because the crowd loves him too much. It's impossible not to cheer for Tetsuya Naito. We get to number 7, Asuka. Yeah, Asuka. I mean, come on. It's impossible not to cheer for Asuka. I think that they tried to make her a heel, and guess what? I couldn't boo her. You couldn't boo her. Nobody could boo her. And I know, and Asuka's a current Raw Women's Champion. I know that there are some people that maybe get annoyed by stuff that she does, but you know what? Asuka's goddamn amazing, and she's so fucking likable and so goddamn energetic and great in the ring, and a perfect encapsulation of putting up with some of the worst goddamn booking that there is. And she's had a lot of shit booking. She's taken a lot of losses, Laska, if you will, and you should have not taken any of that stuff. But my God, it's impossible not to cheer for Asuka. And has she been the eternal babyface? No. But is she one of the best current babyfaces going? Absolutely. I gotta swap Io on here because even though Io's a heel, it's impossible not to cheer for her. But we then get to number 6, Hikaru Shida. Yeah, I mean, come on. I would say the best babyface that AEW has in the women's division. Statlander, maybe. But I would say Shida, just because Shida is very likable. She is somebody that can bridge the gap between Japanese and American women's wrestling, because she obviously has a Japanese style, coming from Japan. She has improved on her English and is working really, really hard to get even better in the ring. She has a really good style to her. She has a good look. She is the current AEW Women's Champion after beating Nyla Rose at Double or Nothing, and has that marketability where you really could put her face on something, and actually market the program, market the brand pretty well. She can be the face of the AEW women's division, at least for a time. I mean, you need to rotate people in and out. Don't make her the champion for like 18-something months or whatever, or however long Asuka was NXT women's champion. But Shida can be that face, and she can be that person that can elevate the AEW women's division. She can help quite a bit. As far as like on the face side, heel side, Nyla definitely can, and so can a couple others. But on the face side, I say Shida is it. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Number 5, Hiromu Takahashi. I mean, Daryl. He's got Daryl. He's got Daryl. It's a stuffed cat. It's awesome. It's more over than Chase Owens and people like that. And boy, that was a needless shot at Chase Owens for no reason. Who's a pretty good talent. He's more. Daryl's more over than some of the people on AEW, but I digress. And definitely more over than a lot of people in WWE. Okay, it's a stuffed cat. Anyway, the whole point is Hiromu, after coming back from that tragic neck injury, that absolutely horrific neck injury, he managed to beat Will Ospreay. He's the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. I would love to see him challenge Naito. We were supposed to see that at the anniversary show. We didn't get to see that at the anniversary show. I'm pissed off about that, but that match should be on hold, and we should get that at the very first show when it comes back. It probably won't be Dominion. I'm fearful that Dominion will also be canceled. In fact, I think it might have already been. I haven't really been paying much attention to what New Japan's been doing, but boy, I miss New Japan. But Hiromu, great babyface. Great to just watch him throw himself around. Hiromu, please don't land on your neck like that again. Please don't. We want you to live long. We want you to do your YouTube channel and have fun and everything and do whatever you have both Daryl's doing. I have no goddamn clue what he is saying because it's all in Japanese, but you know what? He's entertaining as fuck. He's great to watch in the ring. Yes, Hiromu Takahashi is number 5. Number 4, Jon Moxley. No, I'm not going to try to do it like Justin Roberts. Jon Moxley. I'm not going to try to do that. 1, don't have the pipes for it. 2, I don't have the soundproofing because I don't want to scare my neighbors. But anyway, Jon Moxley, yeah, okay, anti-hero, whatever. You can't not like the guy. His style in the ring is hit and miss. Sometimes he can have great matches. Other times it's matches like the one he had with Brody Lee at Double or Nothing, which I didn't care for. Check out my review of that, by the way, if you want to know. But Moxley is impossible not to like because he's living his dream. He's being able to do what he wants to do and just have more fun than inside WWE. And he had fun, but ultimately didn't have fun and wanted to leave and did things the right way. And now he's killing it in AEW, doing a great job in New Japan. They tried to make him a heel, I think, initially, and you can't boo the guy. You cannot boo the goddamn guy. He's great. And that meme face when he lost to Toru Yano in the G1, that was great stuff. But he's a current AEW champion, and he's doing some really good shit. Number 3, Darby Allin. I hope Darby's walking by the age of 30. I used to say 35, but after that skateboard spot, I'm worried it may be 30. Him and Priscilla Kelly are a dynamite couple. Got to see them on Indies. Darby is great to watch, though. His style is different. The way he throws dives. The fact that he can spring off the ropes and do that arm drag and everything and do that, spot where he gets shot off and then does a slide thing where he just catches himself and then just does that dive. He really knows exactly how to hit things perfectly. The coffin drop is beautiful. The Last Supper, that tangled pin that he does. He has a different style, a unique style, and he is, yes, people make comparisons to Jeff Hardy and Sting, the Crow Sting. He is the first Darby Allin, but he has that sort of magnetism to him. He has a magnetism where you want to watch him more. You want to see more of what Darby Allin can do. And Darby, as long as he doesn't get injured, as long as he doesn't suffer any major injuries, because it's not, easy to do. Wrestling is it's something where you're going to get hurt. As long as he doesn't suffer any catastrophic injuries, maybe by not doing skateboard bumps off of ladders, fucking Christ, Darby, please, I know you like doing it. Not that Darby's watching this, but Darby, I know you like doing this, but as a fan of yours, please, I want to see you have championships and have a long life. You and Priscilla are great together. Please don't do that kind of stuff. Don't hurt yourself and cripple your career. But Darby's fucking fantastic, and bar any catastrophic injuries, he is going to have a long career, and he's going to be the guy in AEW. He is absolutely going to be the guy. I could see him beating Jon Moxley. He's not going to, because it's probably going to be MJF, and then Cody's going to beat MJF, and then, hey, maybe you have Darby beat MJF, and the number one contenders, and have Darby beat Cody. Anyway, let's get back to the list and talk about the second best babyface in current wrestling. Tim Storm. You can't not like Tim Storm. I'm pretty certain that wasn't grammatically correct, but you know what? It's impossible not to like Tim Storm. 1, he's a school teacher. 2, he's great at wrestling. He's been wrestling for a number of years, I think like close to 2 decades or something like that, and NWA champion for 414 days, carried himself like a champion, absolutely loves, breathes, sweats the business, gives every bit of his body to the business, every ounce of blood, while being a family man and being a grandfather and everything. And hear his story in the rebirth of NWA. Check out that piece I did a review of it, but check out the piece actually and check out what Tim Storm has to say. You can't not love Tim Storm and the dedication he has to wrestling. And he is really good in the ring. He's an old school, territorial babyface and just but brought into the modern age. Like you can root for him and you can appreciate that he's not somebody that's stuck in the past. He appreciates modern wrestling. Well, he appreciates, what wrestling is now and appreciates how people, letting people be who they are while being true to themselves and having good values. And it's really hard not to root for Tim Storm. And I'm always rooting for Tim Storm. And I admit, I recently just, when I started watching NWA Power, it's hard not to love Tim Storm. And I had to go back and look at some of his other stuff. The guy's fucking great, especially since coming to the NWA brand, the Rebirth Billy Corgan version. It's impossible not to like Tim Storm. That guy's fucking great. He really is. But he's number 2. Now he was close to being number 1, but number 1, just edging him out. So you can almost put Tim Storm 1A. Number 1, Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace. Come on. What else do I say? He is the ace. He is the man that brought New Japan out of the frickin' dark ages, like, thanks to what Inoki did. The Inokiism and all that. And oh boy, all that stuff with Bob Sapp and people like that and everything. And all due respect to Bob Sapp as a person, but my God, that was fucking bad. But Hiroshi Tanahashi was the ace. He was the guy that they latched onto that did so many great things. Him and Okada, when Okada came in, the matches they had. Okada eventually, dethroning the ace. And yes, you probably heard it the way I did because you know how I say the word dethroning or how I tweet it. But in all seriousness, Tanahashi even winning the G1 in 2018 and beating Kenny Omega and only holding it for 5 weeks. His knees are shot and his body is shot. He's got like nothing but scar tissue in one of his biceps, I believe. One of his biceps or triceps. I think it was his bicep. But he's still in great shape. He can still have good matches. And he can still even have great matches. It's still hard to watch him now, but just knowing how he's just an eternal babyface, it's impossible not to love Tanahashi. That's why he's number 1. Once again, Valena, thank you very much for suggesting this, and please let me know in the comments what you guys have to say. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm Jon Moxley. I'll see you soon.